Hello, my fair two. We're back again. Kaizer Chiefs versus Chippa. We're doing a post-match review. Billiat football channel, Kaizer Chiefs football channel. Football from the fans' perspective, man. We're back, like I said. Kaizer Chiefs 4, Chippa United 0. And yeah, unfortunate for Chippa. But yeah, very happy for Kaizer Chiefs. We're very happy as fans, man. All of a sudden, there's peace in the country. There's no one texting me and bothering me, asking me what's the score. When they know what's the score, there's no one, inboxing me. There's no one tagging me on Facebook. There's no one saying a lot of nonsense about me on Facebook. A lot of people saying nonsense about me on Facebook when Kaizer Chiefs is losing. Now that Kaizer Chiefs win, all of them are quiet. All of them are quiet because they always tag me. I want them to tag me even now. And yeah, 4 Kaizer Chiefs, 0 Chippa. And like I said in my preview, said it's going to be a very difficult game, but Kaizer Chiefs is going to win it. Said 2-0. But yeah, the boys decided to give the chairman a very big happy birthday. For Kaizer Chiefs, they doubled my score prediction and masterclass performance by Billiat and Dolly and Billiat. And I think the game overall does not reflect the results, do not reflect the game overall in terms of how Kaizer Chiefs performed. But clinical finish in front of the goalpost. That's the thing that we've been crying for. That is what we've been complaining about, that we don't bury our chances we created in games before. Had we buried them, we would not be in the position we find ourselves right now. And yes, the boys have been working hard, it shows, and they gave us a shift, and they performed very well. If you are new in the channel, please let us subscribe, let us turn on the notification button. I'd like to hear from you, what you think. I mean, the country's at peace, man. Country's at peace. It's a good Monday for me, it was a good weekend. Kaizer Chiefs won, Chelsea won. And yeah, let's get into the game. The lineup, like I predicted, just few changes there and there. Bloom, work rate, man. The keeper. Oh, I'm very excited. The keeper Pay made few saves. I think if it wasn't about him, the score would not be the same, and would not be as happy as we are right now. He made few saves and credit to him. And then Bloom at the right back. Work rate, composure. The boy is just doing well, is on top of his game right now. No much talks, nothing, just does his job, is just doing well. And then Mato and Dube as two center backs. I think Mato is an experienced defender. Dube, we said that the game against Amazulu, we saw some glimpses of him that he can be. In fact, the reason why Kaizer Chiefs signed him is a very good, center back. He's a decent center back, and right now play him again, repeat him against Chippa. Again, produced a very decent performance. According to me, it's a very decent, very good performance. He gets into the right positions, and then is able to make the clearances in the box. His height is very good for him. His pace is also good for him, and gets into the right positions. Whenever there's a cross, we know that is most likely to win the ball, and also they complement each other with Mato. Though sometimes I felt like he found himself in wrong positions, especially the save. There's a save, Skotlong shot that was saved by Akpe, where Mato was chasing. Felt like Dube is found his off position and is taken back. Mato is on his left side and is ordinarily is a left center back. Can't find the right center back on your left side. But all in all, decent game, to be honest. Also, in terms of progressing the ball, playing the ball on his feet, he's a very decent guy. He's doing well. He's doing well for Kaizer Chiefs. I think he can only get better. On the left hand side, Frosler, also when he's not going forward and contributes in defense, he does very well. He does a good job, a decent job. Also put on his shift. And then in front of them is Nj Ngcobo, a very controversial topic. All the time people are complaining he's the defender of the season, he needs to play in his position in defense, in center back. But both Hugo Bros and Sweat Baxter prefer him in that position right now. And I think he didn't have a good start. He had a very shaky start. Turns the wrong way, very slow in terms of distributing the ball when he has the ball on his feet. And I mean, the first mistake that he committed almost cost Kaizer Chiefs a goal. But man, for me, I think playing in that position needs to be more alert. It comes also with time. If he spends time in that position a lot, he knows that people press that position. Players press that position. They target that position to press because also it's a dangerous, zone, and you must time your turns, you must time your passes, you must be very quick in terms of thinking, in terms of scanning the field. Also, you control the game, you control the tempo, you control the momentum of the game. So you are responsible for a lot of things when you are in that position. But I've seen a lot of big players that play in that position getting dispossessed as well. I've seen Wilfred Ndidi being dispossessed in that position. I've seen Sergio Busquets being dispossessed in that position. So it's not the first time. It's not the first time, especially for someone who's been converted, who's been played in that position as central defensive midfield. And I think he assists a lot when it comes to defense. When he tracks back, when we're under attack, he comes in handy. I don't feel there's a need to sacrifice one of the centre backs for him. I think it's fine in that position. He just needs to improve, in terms of progressing the ball, being alert, controlling the tempo of the game, being dominant in that game. In front of him is Nange and Billiat and Ngcobo. And Billiat and Ngcobo is given a freedom to go forward. Didn't have a good game, Billiat and Ngcobo. Didn't have a decent. Was not as convincing as we know him. I feel like needs to be given time. Like we said, that it needs to be played into form. It needs to be played into form. That is our best player. Still argue that is our best young player. It needs to be played into form, like Sokala Duma, people, writers also suggested. I also think the same. Play him into form. Now the box to box, still doing a decent job, still doing a good job. Then in front of them, the Dolly, Billiat, and Parker. Parker's work rate cannot be must not be understated, must not be underestimated. I think the guy's work rate is very good. His leadership also on the pitch is very visible, very visible. In each and every goal that was scored, you can see how he's happy when the guys are scoring. Dolly and Billiat, man, those are the players that decided the game. Those are the guys that decided the game. Their combination from Ajax days into Sundowns days, now in Kaizer Chiefs days, and their movement, the anticipation where one will be. Dolly's goal, first goal, strength. Billiat first wins the ball, drives the ball into the box, towards the box, and they're trying to pull him. Billiat is going to dive. I'm thinking this guy's just gonna take a dive. But credit to him for staying strong and then producing that pass, proper finish, good finish, classic finish from Dolly. The second one as well, Billiat passes. There's a confusion between the defense and the run of Parker. I think personally, the defense of Chippa is to blame. Yes, it might be, or it is an offside. But the defense of Chippa is to blame. Football rules, very simple. You play to the whistle. The guy who's next to Dolly and the ball, he's supposed to play to the whistle. He's supposed to run. He's supposed to clear that ball. All he chooses to do is just to stand up and to stand and just lift his hand, hoping that the referee will rescue him. And no, unfortunately, the ref doesn't come to rescue. And good, twist and turns. Dolly, nice finish, second goal, very good one. Billiat's goal as well, man. Billiat's run, Dolly's finish, from an offside position, running and rounding that defense and hitting it the first time, very good one. Then Kambola came in, scored a goal. But the goal of Kambola, man, I think for me that's the best moment of the game. Best moment in terms of what? First, you must look at the build-up. Look at the choices of pass that Dolly does. Look at his movements. Look at the choice. When he decides to take it back to again, and then gives it to Bloom, and then takes it back to again when there's an option to give it to Bloom again. And his choices, past choices, very effective were going forward. And a goal, a finish from Kambola. I think I liked the response on Twitter and on social media. The fact that people are backing him up, Kambola, and they're thinking, he's still there. He's still part of the game, still part of Kaizer Chiefs. He was in a transfer list. Now he's not. Now he's part of the team. He needs to be played. He needs to be backed up. We don't have much options. We need to back up the players that are there for Kaizer Chiefs. And yeah, I felt like he needs to be happy as well. After scoring a goal, he was supposed to enjoy and celebrate. But we don't know. We don't know. But yeah, credit to him as well for scoring a goal. Credit to the entire team. Like I said, the game was decided by clinical finishing. All in all, the results don't reflect the overall performance of Kaizer Chiefs. Chippa was dominant in the game, had more possession on the ball, had more chances on the ball, more chances created, more shots taken, but they couldn't finish. And that's what decides between a team that has talent and quality and a team that is trying to be assembled right now by by Gavin Hunt and trying to combine a team, and maybe it's gonna come all right if Chippa does not decide to dismiss him. But yeah, that's the thing. But I'm very happy with Kaizer Chiefs. What we said before in our preview, we said Baxter needs to stabilize the back and needs to make sure that we don't leak goals. If we don't score, let us not concede goals. And the defense is being stabilized. I'm very happy with how the defense played. Yes, there are chances that Chippa created, but man, there were not so much convincing chances. What is it? Also, the lack of strikers, like we said, it might be a blessing in disguise. Remember, we said it might be a blessing in disguise. We don't have to cross the balls. We need to play narrow. We need to play direct to the goal post, and that's what I witnessed in the game. I don't remember Kaizer Chiefs attempting to cross the ball, and then some striker attempts to hit the ball, and then we might get a goal. I don't remember us attempting to do a long throw in so that the defenders can just hit the ball and we might get a lucky goal. We created goals. That's what is important. Created goals, and we scored 4 goals. There's no problem with that. Playing long balls doesn't help. We saw it. We saw it against Chippa. Yes, I know that Chippa is not the best team to assess and gauge as to how far are we. We're playing SuperSport next game, and it's going to be a tough one. SuperSport does not have a lose, and a part of the teams that are running this season, I think this season they're competing this season. They want to win it, like Mamelodi Sundowns wants to win it. And we're going to see the test when we play against SuperSport United. But right now, solid performance. I'm happy. I think there must be improvements. Nj Ngcobo as well, improvements. And maybe good things can come. I'd like to hear from you what you think about the game. What's your opinion on how we scored goals, the guys, their performance and their spirit? I think there's good things coming. If we are to gauge what is happening after this game of Chippa, there's good things coming. But yeah, man, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. For me, that's it. Let me hear from you in the comment section. Billiat Football Channel, Kaizer Chief Football Channel. Football from the fans' perspective is love and it is peace.